Guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition, or a ridiculously early morning edition of Intuitive Ankling, and really appreciate you guys joining me for today's video. And guys, I just got you guys know that I like to do a little complaining on the channel here once in a while. Well, I got a complaint this morning I want to do, and the reason you can't hardly see me this morning is because it's 2:54 in the morning, and I'm headed to the BFL tournament at Truman Lake at 2:54 in the morning. Okay, now here's my point. It's like, why in the world am I driving at 2:54 in the morning to get to Truman Lake to start a tournament that starts at the crack of dawn? This is what I do not understand about tournament fishing. Now, first of all, let me preference this. I love the BFL tournaments. I think the BFL tournaments are probably the best thing in bass fishing. The MLF BFLs, absolutely exemplary on every level, except they start too early, like all the rest of the tournaments. Now, you tell me this, guys. I had to, I had to get up at like 2:30 in the morning. It's about a 70-mile drive to Truman Lake from my house. So, and we got the boat check starts at 5 a.m. So by the time you get up there in time, you meet your partner. You got to get your boat launched, get the boat check and everything. I had to leave this morning at before 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, somebody answer me this. I want to know, because I know the answer, but I want to know from you guys, why in the world do bass tournaments have to start this early? Why can't they even start an hour or 2 hours earlier? An hour or two even later, because we weigh in at 2 o'clock. Take off at daylight, 6 o'clock in the morning, weigh in at 2 o'clock. Why can't we take off at 8 o'clock and weigh in at 4 o'clock? It's June, it stays light until 9 o'clock. Why are we having to get up in the middle of the night and do everything in the dark just to go fish a bass tournament? I don't understand why we are still perpetuating this practice of doing this. You guys may have heard me talking about it before, but the best tournament I have ever fished in my life is Bassmaster had what was called the Elite 50 circuit back in the early 2000s. And I qualified for this circuit through Bassmaster. How they took it is they took the top 25 all-time money winners of Bassmaster, and then the top 25 point standing anglers from that season. So I qualified under both the top 25 all-time money winners and the top 25 in the season to fish this Bassmaster Elite 50 circuit. Guys, we started at 10 o'clock in the morning and weighed in at 6 o'clock at night. That was the best thing I have ever seen in fishing, because you could get some good night's sleep, you could work on your stuff. It was daylight and you could work on your stuff. It was daylight and you could launch your boat. It was daylight and you were driving to the ramp. And then, since it was a 6 o'clock weigh-in, everybody that worked, that got off work at 4 or 5 o'clock, could come to the weigh-in. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that we are still having these tournaments at the crack of dawn, because morning fishing sucks. I think morning bass fishing is the most overrated idea in fishing. Out of all the tournaments I fished, guys, in my life, and I've fished probably 1,000 bass tournaments, I bet probably if I've caught 10,000 fish in those tournaments or whatever, I bet just a fraction of those have come the first 2 hours of the morning. Most of the fish come during the middle of the day. So anyway, guys, just a little rant this morning. It's just like, God, I am so freaking tired right now, because I can't go to sleep. You have to go to sleep at 7 or 8 o'clock to get enough sleep. And I sit there and rolled around like a fish in bed, thinking about having to get up so early. And I probably slept an hour at the very most. So I don't know, guys. It's going to be a long day, man. So, I hope everybody's well. We'll talk later.